Today I'm going to be making my version of French onion soup. So it's going to have a little Spanish twist with some sherry. Let's make the most amazing French onion soup without any animal stock in it. This is my vegan plant-based version of my favourite soup, which is French onion soup. So I'm going to put, let's say 1/3 of a cup of, or a big old chunk of vegan butter in there. And let's get the show on the road with my very beautiful, expensive camping stove. It's the best way for me to cook because I'm cooking in the window. There's no tractors here today at the moment, so it's nice and quiet. And then we're just going to throw the onions. That's 3 peels and, whoa, some are chopped, some are sliced. I like different textures of my onions. Whack those in there. Now I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in as well because I just want a combination of oil and butter. I often think about how many onions there are on this planet. More onions than people. But this is my new cast iron pan. And I'm just going to cook these in the oil and the butter until they're slightly browned. My onions are, the light is crazy today because the sun's really low. My onions are softened and a few are quite well done, which is how I like it. Now to that, I'm going to add a splash of sherry to do a little taste test, really. It's good. So, I love sherry. It reminds me of my grandma. My grandma always had a schooner of sherry on the go. 2 bay leaves. Get those going. Now, because we're not using beef stock, we're going to use miso. Now, I've got shiro miso and hacho miso, but I'm going to use hacho miso because we want a really dark colour. This is the colour of chocolate, so we'll get that going. And because I don't want the onions to brown anymore, put some water in. A little bit of water, and we'll just dissolve the hacho miso. Just pick some thyme out of the garden, so I'm just going to rub that and drop it in there. My husband doesn't like onion soup, so I think he's having beans on toast today. But I absolutely adore onion soup. Can't get enough of it. This is 3 onions, and I'm going to eat the lot. Oh, delicious. Let's put in a little bit of black pepper. Good old shake there. A bit of salt, but not too much because we've got to see how salty the hacho is at the end. So just a little sprinkle of salt. Well, it smells amazing already. But most important ingredient, apart from the onions, garlic. I don't know any recipes of mine that have less than 1 garlic clove in. Now, this is my last 3 garlic cloves in the house. I can't believe it. So I'm going to put 3 in. Put as many as you like. If you don't really like garlic, put 1 in, but you'll never catch me doing that. And I've got some garlic powder. You can never have too much garlic. So let's say a big old teaspoon of garlic powder. And we're just going to let that simmer for 10 minutes. The only other thing left to add, I've just checked it, it's not too salty from the hacho miso, is some organic vegetable stock powder. I normally make this myself, but I've run out. So we're going to give that a good old stir, give it another minute. And then I think it's going to be ready. So I'm going to go and get some bread and give it a bit of a dunk. We're going to make some super duper hasty garlic bread. So just drizzle over some olive oil, a little bit of garlic powder because I'm hungry and I want this ready quickly. That's quite a lot of garlic powder. And then just a little bit of salt. I'm going to cut that in half, put it in the air fryer for 4 minutes on 190. You might want to use vegan block, but I like olive oil. So let's get dunking. Let's give it a good old scoop. Wow. It's chunky. The reason that I chopped some of the onions and sliced them is so we've got different textures. You might want a bit more water in it, you might want it a bit thicker, but for me this is just how I like it. It's going straight in my pie hole. Did you know that onions can make you sleepy? It's true, they do. The sherry gives it a little bit of sweetness. The salt from the stock powder and the salt is just enough. You might want it thicker, you might want it thinner. You might want to throw some roast potatoes in. That would be naughty, but I like the idea. Little linnets have come to say hello. Hola, bon dia. What are you doing? Bit of a break there. Had to go and chase off some orange thieves. People come in their cars and try and steal the oranges. They're not my oranges, but I feel I have to defend them. Oh, it's a wasp. Oh. I think it's gone. Come back soon for some more homemade, slow food, whole food, plant-based deliciousness.